So, welcome friends, welcome to my channel. And today we are going to discuss about application support interview questions. These application support interview questions are really very important for the application support engineers who wants to change their job, who wants to switch their job, or also the fresher who wants to come as an application support engineer as a role. So let's get started. Let's start with question number one. What is mean by technical support in your words? Why do you choose the career in it? So basically this question is more of a behavioral question rather than a technical question. According to situation, the candidates needs to give the answer for this question. So I would like to give you one example. So your answer might change, but just if you want to memorize it, you can use this as an example. Okay. So answer from user's perspective, I'm giving it. I choose to go into technical support because I have been fascinated by the technology all my life. So I also like working with people. I want to use my technical knowledge to resolve the issues for the customers they are having. I also want to apply my knowledge, which is related to Unix as well as related to SQL, to solve the customer issues more properly. So this is the answer which I have given you as an example, but you can prepare your answer. What is mean by technical support in your word and why you choose it as a career. So I have given like I was much more interested in technical support because I love to work with people as well as I want to apply my technical knowledge. What is mean by application support? So this is also most important interview question interviewer may ask. The application support is supporting the delivered application to the customer with using different technical skills. The user will require any of the technical skills. The Unix and SQL skills are required to troubleshoot the application related issues. Mainly to work with a technical support user needs to know about basics of SQL and basics of Unix. So application support is nothing but supporting the customer if they are facing any issues in the application. So it is not only the communication role but also the technical role. So you require following skills. You require any front end technology, Java or .NET, or you require back end technology like Oracle and MySQL. There are Java expert application support engineer or Oracle expert as well. So either the technology you are expert in, that is sufficient enough. And you must have to know the Unix commands as well. We'll move towards the next question. Explain one common scenario of application support you have faced. So this is the question for the experienced engineers. This is also one of the behavioral interview question. You need to answer it technically or according to situation based. You can prepare your scenario. But I would like to give you one example of the scenario. So I would like to explain the application crash scenario. Application crash is one of the most common scenario of technical support engineer facing. The most basic reason of application crash is unhandled exceptions. So most of the times the people are facing the application is crashed. This is due to mostly the server issues. Okay, due to some unhandled exceptions and different structure of looping, the application user will face the application crash issue. So you can say that I have handled the most common scenario like application crash scenario where I have to contact with the server team and I have fixed that contacting the server team. I have fixed that issue contacting the server team. Just like that, you can prepare your story and you can give your answer. Next question is how user can handle application crash issue. So I have prepared in such a way that how you have handled that issue. Is there any troubleshooting mechanism used for the same? Yes. So you can answer like the system crash issue mainly occurs due to unhandled exceptions. There are multiple ways to troubleshoot this issue. Following are most common ways to resolve the application crash issue. Just try to check for unhandled exception why that exception is coming. If there are unhandled exception, user need to add the error code and error description for the same. Okay, you require to check the error code and error description for the application application crash issue. The full stack trace of exceptions, so that uh, the user will check what happened from the application end. So you require to check the logs, you require to check the exceptions. Then after taking the permission, just restart the Unix server and check whether application is working or not. So most of the times, 90% of the time, if you restart the Unix server, it will work. Okay. So this you can answer the you can answer this question like this. Okay. In simple steps. Okay. Tell me some important skills to do the technical support job. So, what are the important skills for technical support job? That is the question. Okay. So, technical support engineer should know all the technical skills related to application. I'd like to give you most important skill required for technical support engineers. Okay. So, technical knowledge of front end. User must know about the technologies of specific application, whether it is a Java, it is a .NET or any other technology. Technical knowledge about backend. User must know about the backend technologies used in the application. SQL skills. This is most important skill for application support engineer. You must have to fire some queries to fetch some data to check some information. So you should have to have the SQL skill, troubleshooting skill. Then communication skill, because you are interacting with directly to the customers. So communication skill is most important skill during the technical support job. Knowledge about multiple tools, so you must have to know so many tools like issue management system like Jira, Rally. These tools you must have to know. Okay, so these are five most important skills which are important for technical support job. What is SQL, how it is used in application support? So SQL stands for structured query language, specifically designed to communicate with a database. It is a language, it is not a database management system. SQL, pronounced as SQL, is very widely used language in most of the database management systems like Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL. And SQL provides us efficient way for reading, writing, executing data with the system. This is this question is one of the most important question, SQL interview question as well, when you are facing the application support interviews. So you can just prepare in that way. For application support engineers, SQL is useful in troubleshooting the issue. So SQL most commonly used to troubleshoot the issue. You can see the parameters, you can see the common rows. If data is not there, then you can see the data in the database. There are so many requests to check whether the user is active or not active. This is one of the example I would like to give. Like so many requests will come that user is active or not active. In such cases, application support engineer needs to check uh, by firing some queries at the back end whether that active flag is active or not. Okay, so that SQL is very important in application support. So this is one of the Unix interview question, but it is also the asked in application support interview question. How to switch from one account to other user account in Unix? Okay, so you can use the super user command to switch from one user account to other user account. So I have given one example like super user Rohit. The above command switches the account from named Amit from named Rohit. Question number 8. What are the different challenges user will face while doing the application support duties? So above question is also more of a behavioral question rather than a technical question. According to situation, you can create your story and you can answer it. But I would like to give you one example story from user's perspective. Okay. The most important quality of technical support engineer is patience and calmness. So there are so many times the frustrated customers will use the abusive language. In such times, in such situation, it is important to remain calm and show empathy towards the customer. That is the most common scenario. If you are also calling to customer support for Swiggy or any other application, then also you are much more frustrated that your application was not working and you were facing the problem. You also use the abusive language. So considering that situation in the mind, you should have to remain calm and you should show some empathy towards the customer rather than losing your control. Okay. Next is how knowledge of Unix is helpful to customer or technical support job. So Unix is most important operating system, uh, and it is most secure operating system. So it is very helpful for technical support because your application, most of 90% of the applications are stored or are deployed on the Unix operating system. It is multi-user, multitasking operating system. Uh, so most of the applications are using this system. So you should have to have a good knowledge about Unix, like how to restart the server, how to check the files. These kind of knowledge you should have to have in application support job. Next question: have you done any automation for monitoring the system tasks? That is also important question. The automation is most important part for application support engineer nowadays. So the above question is more of a behavioral question rather than technical question, but according to situation, candidate can frame his answer, his or her answer. Okay. So I would like to give you one example. I had developed a log monitoring system script to keep a track of exceptions. So uh, you can say like we require to keep a track of exceptions of the application. So we have developed one log monitoring system with the help of development team. I am also using the tool notifies the stakeholders if any exceptions happen within the system. Also, we are using some monitoring tools to check whether any issues are there or are happening at the system end. So this is about automation and monitoring system. So these kind of automation examples you can give. You can give the monitoring system names as well. Okay, can we delete multiple files at the same time in Unix? How? So this is one of the Unix application support interview question. You can use rm command to delete the files, multiple files at the same time. Example for the same is rm file 1, file 2, file n. Just as an example, rm amit underscore empty file, or you can give amit underscore uh, other file names as well. So with using this command, you can delete multiple files. rm command you should have to remember. What is the biggest challenge you come across as IT support analyst role, and how did you solve the problem? So this is also the behavioral question, but you can directly give the answer whatever I have given in the video. So the answer for the same is the support analyst role itself is a challenge. You can show that support analyst role is a challenge because we require to deal with multiple teams, multiple customers at the same time. I would like to give simple example about the challenge which I have faced during my job tenure. So I have given one of the scenario. In one of the application, the high priority incident came. I have to access the logs and server, but there is tier 3 team who has to deal with a code related issue. So we are not dealing with a code related issue as an application support engineer, but there should be one tier 3 team is there. But tier 3 team is somehow not available. If the that team is not available, then that is a big issue. So by taking the permission of a client, we have updated millions of values in the database. We took that access from the client, we took the permission of the client, and impact was so high, and we have resolved that issue on time. So this kind of situation you can frame, you can give the answer. How did you manage the urgent issue when customer requests and how did you manage it on it with the time to overcome the situation to solve the problem. So it is nothing but how you are managing the urgent issues for the customer side. As customer is king, we require to manage or plan some time in workday to handle customer related issues. May customer will give you the ad hoc issues as well. Sometimes there are ad hoc issues are coming without a tickets, okay, without logging the Jira tickets. So this question is about the same, but in that case I'm solving the issue after that, logging that issue in the issue management system. So if ad hoc issues will come, then you can solve that issue. You yourself can log that issue and tell the customer that I have logged that issue on behalf of you, as I have spent some time on this issue. Accordingly you can deal with that kind of situation. Next question is, how did you manage the difficult customer request and what action you take to resolve that kind of issues? This is also most important question in application support interview questions. So I have framed the answer. This is also behavioral question. You can frame your answers as well, but I can give you my answer. The key work of support analyst is to prioritize the work according to business impact. Okay, so the application support engineer always needs to look at the business impact. If the application is down for some time, what is the business impact? Okay, so accordingly, you require to prioritize your work. If some of the difficult customer requests are coming, which has really huge business impact, we require to give the highest priority to that incidents or to that issues. And then you can solve the mid priority issues, and then you can solve the low priority issues. Accordingly, you require to deal with the situation. If application is down, how to troubleshoot the issue? So this is also most common interview question. So this is most asked in application support interview question. So there are so many causes for application went down. If you require to troubleshoot the issue, if application is down, kindly follow the following steps. First, you require to check for application server is reachable or not. Most of the cases, application will down because server is down. Okay. So you require to remember this. First step, always you should ping the server and check whether server is reachable or not. If server has the issue, then tell the server team to troubleshoot the issue and restart the server. If you have the access of server restart, then you can restart that server and check. If any other issues, then check the deployment architecture of the application side. So you require to check with for deployment architecture from application side. Else you can check application configurations also to resolve the issue accordingly. You require to check the application configurations. If you are not able to solve that issue, then you can give that issue directly to the development team that I'm not able to solve this issue. We have do this. We have already did these checks, but we are not able to resolve this issue. Kindly look into this issue. Okay. So these are most important 15 commonly asked application support interview questions. I hope these questions will help you guys to give your interviews, to crack your application support interviews. If you like this article or if you like this video, you can just subscribe my channel, click onto the bell icon. If you don't like this video, you can just give me suggestions so that I can improve further in other videos. So thanks for seeing this video up to the end, and cheers.